Hey guys, today on the Cheap Parts episode 6, we're going to do an extra speed aluminum axle housing for Axial. We're going to put this on my 380 Yeti. Let's see how well this goes. Alright, this is the axle housing. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on the camera. It is all aluminum all the way through, so it's nice and heavy. It's going to be a nice addition on the Yeti because, as most of you probably already know, these things are super nose heavy. This added weight's actually going to help quite a bit on the back. Everything looks pretty well machined. Everything's pretty well painted in there, so I shouldn't have a problem with corrosion. I should be able to reuse my old bearings and bearing retainers and caps and everything, which is good for me because I just replaced all of those bearings about a month ago. Don't really see any issues in the casting. Everything looks really good. Let's get the old one out and do a little comparison. Rather than removing all the individual links and the shocks and all of that, I decided to take the links loose from the axle. Saves a lot of time. You don't have to take everything apart that way, and you don't have to try to line everything back up. All right, with the old one out, you can see the original one's taken quite a bit of abuse over the years. Everything actually looks exactly like the reproduction. This one's just an exact copy. Everything seems to line up pretty well, and this one actually still looks black, and even after I beat on it a little bit, it'll still look black, where this one is all very, very gray. As you can tell, this thing has eaten a lot of rocks over the years. I think I'll probably end up replacing these end caps with aluminum ones as well, but I don't have them right now, and that's not what the video is about. We're just doing this center pumpkin. This is from Xtra Speed. I got it on Amazon for about $20, and it did take a little bit to get here, but not a ridiculous amount of time. I think it took about a week to ship in from Hong Kong. All right, we're going to tear this one apart, get all the parts out, do a little inspection, and then we'll put all of these parts that we need into this part that we have. Okay, everything came out all right. All the bearings look pretty good. Like I said, I just changed these about a month ago, so I'm not really worried about it. The main reason I'm changing this housing is because when the housing would heat up, it would give it just enough slop in there to where the bearings would move around and the pinion would droop enough to make it grind on the gears. This is supposed to fix that problem. However, if you can't get the bearings in the dang thing, what use is it? The inner bearing goes in all right. This outer bearing is not playing nice. I think we got just a little bit of interference from the plastic coat that's on it. See if we can get it to mark and figure out exactly what that issue is. Alright, it's really hard to see, but right down inside that casting there, you can see that there's just a little bit too much coating in there. So I'm going to get my X-Acto knife and I'm going to clean that up a little bit and make that bearing fit. Alright, after I scraped a whole bunch of that coating out of there, the bearing went in there. Seems like it's okay. Everything spins free just like it's supposed to. There's actually quite a bit of grease still on this, but probably going to end up just moving some of this grease over to the ring just to re-grease that pinion down there. And then put everything back together. I'll do you a little high speed so you guys don't have to put up with all of that. Alright, one more thing to take off the old casing. I forgot to do this earlier. It's the little drain ports. Since you're going metal to metal in there, definitely use some Loctite. metal to metal is better than going rat hole to rat hole, but you know, always use the Loctite. Alright guys, that's it. The axle is all back together. Everything went together pretty smooth. Had a little bit of an issue getting the plastics to line back up on the axle ends, but they went in alright. Just had to push them in just a little bit harder to get the screws to line up. It's not really an issue. I plan on changing these out for aluminum ones here pretty soon anyway, and that'll take care of that. These, as you can tell, this was the front side of it before, and they are pretty beat up. They took a lot of rocks to the face, and this one probably won't be quite this pristine for very long. Probably going to end up just changing out the ball ends on the end of these links because they are pretty loose. Everything else seems okay, but just that little bit of wiggle makes that thing rock back and forth. So I'll be changing those out before I put everything back together. All right, I'll get everything put back together and then we'll do a little test run. Alright guys, that was a short run video on that. This rear end really came off really nice. You can definitely tell that it doesn't nosedive near as bad as it used to. That extra weight out in the back is really helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in boxes below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks for watching.